I used to blow dry my hair upside down every single morning because someone told me that's how you get volume. And all it ever gave me was frizz and a headache. If your hair has gotten thinner over the years, and you feel like nothing you do makes it look fuller, stick around, because today I'm breaking down 4 simple steps that actually fix thin hair styling. Not gimmicks, not miracle products, just what actually works. I spend my time researching the real causes behind common hair and style mistakes women over 50 make, and the fixes that actually get results, so you don't have to guess. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, do that now. I share tips like this every single week. Part 1. The shampoo habit that's flattening your roots. Here's something almost nobody tells you. The shampoo you're using might be the reason your hair looks flat by 10 in the morning. Most conditioning shampoos are built to coat the hair shaft, and that coating is exactly what weighs down fine, thinning strands until they lie flat against your scalp. You wash your hair, it looks fine for an hour, and then it just collapses. If that's been happening to you, you're not doing anything wrong with your styling. You've been fighting the product before you even pick up a brush. The fix is switching to a lightweight, root-lifting formula. Something labeled for fine or thinning hair specifically, not just volumizing on the front label, because that word gets used loosely. What you actually want is a shampoo with a thinner, almost watery consistency, because thick, creamy formulas are usually the ones with the heaviest conditioning agents built in. When you wash, focus the product at the roots and let the rinse water carry it down through the ends. You don't need to scrub product into hair that's already fragile from length and time. The difference this makes isn't subtle. Roots that used to go flat by mid-morning hold their lift through the whole day, because you're not layering heavy silicone onto hair that has less density to begin with. And there's a second part to this most people skip. Conditioner only from mid-shaft to ends, never at the scalp. Applying conditioner directly to your roots is one of the fastest ways to undo everything the right shampoo just did for you. Because you're right back to weighing down the one area that needed to stay light. Once you make that switch, something changes in how people actually see you. Flat hair reads as tired, even when you're not. It's one of those things people register without consciously naming it. Roots with real lift do the opposite. They read as put together, awake, present. It's a small technical change with a surprisingly big effect on the whole impression you give off before you've said a word to anyone. There's one more layer to this that matters just as much as the product switch. How often you're washing. A lot of women with thinning hair either overwash, stripping natural oils and leaving hair looking even more sparse, or underwash out of fear of damage, letting oil build up and weigh roots down just as much as the wrong shampoo would. The sweet spot for most fine or thinning hair is every second or third day. With a light dry shampoo worked only at the root on the days in between. Not sprayed all over, just at the base, brushed through gently so it doesn't sit visibly on the scalp. So here's the actual before and after. Before, heavy conditioning shampoo applied everywhere, conditioner dragged up into the roots, hair washed on no real schedule, and flat, tired-looking roots by mid-morning every single day. After, a lightweight root-focused shampoo. Conditioner kept strictly to the mid-shaft and ends. A 2 to 3 day wash rhythm with light root-only dry shampoo in between. And roots that hold real lift from morning through evening. But washing and product choice only get you halfway there. Because even with the right shampoo, the wrong blow-dry technique can undo the lift in about 90 seconds. That's exactly where we're headed next. Part 2. The blow-dry mistake undoing all your progress. If you've ever flipped your head upside down to blow dry for volume, I want you to hear this gently. That trick was built for thick hair, not thin hair, and using it on fine strands usually backfires. When you dry upside down, gravity pulls the hair in every direction at once, and thin strands don't have the density to hold that shape once you flip back up. What actually happens is you spend 5 minutes creating chaos, flip your head over, and watch it all collapse within a minute or two. Which is probably exactly what's been happening to you. The actual fix is drying in sections, right side up, starting at the roots and directing airflow downward along the hair shaft, not against it. Clip the top half of your hair up and out of the way first. Dry the underneath sections completely before you release the top layer. This is the step almost everyone skips, and it's the one that matters most, because the underneath layers are what actually hold up everything on top of them. If the base layer is still damp when you style the top, the whole structure sags within the hour no matter how good the top layer looks in the mirror. Use a round brush at the root specifically, lifting straight up and away from the scalp as you direct heat downward at that section, not dragging the brush through the length, just working the root area where the lift actually needs to happen. The nozzle on your dryer should be pointed down the hair shaft, following the same direction the cuticle naturally lies, because drying against the cuticle is what roughs up the surface and makes fine hair look even thinner by catching light unevenly instead of reflecting it smoothly. Here's the part that actually surprises people once they try it. Drying section by section takes roughly the same total time as the upside-down method, sometimes less because you're not redoing sections that collapsed the first time around. The result holds because you built it from the base layer up instead of chasing volume from the top down. And when it holds, it changes something specific about how your whole look reads. Hair with real structure underneath doesn't just look fuller. It looks like it was done on purpose. That's the detail people over 50 stylists talk about constantly and rarely say out loud to clients. Volume without structure looks accidental, almost windblown. Volume with structure, section by section from the root, looks intentional. And intentional is what reads as put together on camera, in photos, walking into a room. So here's the swap. Before, upside-down drying, one rushed pass, volume that looks big for 10 minutes and flat for the rest of the day. After, sectioned root up, right side up drying with the underneath layer fully dry before the top layer gets touched. Volume with real structure that holds because it was built from the base. Now even with perfect washing and perfect drying, there's a product mistake almost every woman with thin hair makes right after the dryer clicks off. And it's the one that flattens everything back down within the hour. That's next. Part 3. The product layer weighing you right back down. This one catches people off guard, because it happens after you've already done everything right. You've washed with the lighter shampoo, you've dried section by section, your roots have real lift, and then you reach for a smoothing serum or a heavy styling cream to finish. And within an hour, all that structure has quietly folded back down. The problem isn't your technique at that point. It's that most finishing products are formulated for thick or coarse hair. And they're simply too heavy for what fine, thinning strands can actually carry. The fix is switching your finishing product entirely, not just using less of what you already own, but choosing a genuinely different category. Look for a lightweight volumizing mousse or a root-targeted powder instead of a cream, oil, or serum. Mousse and root powder are built to add texture and grip without adding weight, which is exactly what fine hair needs to hold a shape through the day. Cream and oil-based products do the opposite. They're designed to smooth and weigh hair down, which is wonderful for thick, unruly hair and quietly disastrous for hair that's already working with less density. Apply mousse to damp roots only, working it in with your fingertips before you even pick up the blow dryer, rather than smoothing it through the full length. If you're using a root powder instead, that goes on completely dry hair, worked in at the base with your fingers in small sections, right where you need the grip most. Either way, the goal is the same. Build texture at the root where volume actually lives, and leave the mid-shaft and ends alone so they stay light instead of getting weighed into submission. Here's the result you'll actually notice, and it's not subtle. Hair that used to look full at 9 in the morning and flat by noon now holds that same fullness into the evening. That's the entire difference between a product built to add texture and one built to add shine and smoothness. They're solving two completely different problems, and for thin hair, texture is the one that actually matters. There's a second detail worth knowing here, because it's the one that separates a good finish from a great one. Less is genuinely more with these products. A dime-sized amount of mousse worked only at the root outperforms a palmful applied everywhere, every single time. Overloading fine hair with product, even the right product, brings back the same weight problem you were trying to solve in the first place. Start small, build up only if you need to, and resist the instinct to apply more just because it feels like more product equals more hold. So here's the swap for this one. Before, heavy cream or serum applied through the whole length, volume that fades by early afternoon no matter how well you dried it. After, lightweight root-only mousse or powder, applied sparingly at the base, and fullness that holds from morning straight through your evening plans. There's still one mistake left, and it's probably the most overlooked of all four: because it has nothing to do with product or technique. It's about the cut itself, and whether it's actually working with your hair or quietly against it. Part 4. The haircut detail your stylist might be missing. This last one isn't about anything you're doing at home. It's about what happens in the chair. A lot of women with thinning hair keep the same length and layering pattern they've had for years, because it feels safe and familiar, without realizing that certain cuts actively work against thin hair no matter how well you style it afterward. One long, blunt length with minimal layering is often the biggest culprit. It might look clean on paper, but on fine hair, that solid weight at the ends pulls everything down flat, canceling out every bit of root volume you worked to create. The fix is asking for long layers cut specifically to remove weight from the ends while keeping length intact. Not a short, choppy cut, and not heavy blunt layering either, but layers positioned to lighten the bottom third of your hair, so the ends can move instead of hanging like a curtain. A slightly shorter length, landing around the collarbone rather than well past it, also helps enormously, because every extra inch of length is extra weight pulling straight down against the volume at your roots. If you're working with a stylist, the specific phrase to use is long layers with weight removed from the ends. That phrasing tells them exactly what you need without leaving room for a generic trim that just shortens length without addressing the real problem, which is density distribution, not length itself. A face framing layer near the front can also help by adding movement right where people's eyes go first, which draws attention toward shape and shine rather than toward thinness. Once the cut itself is working with your hair instead of against it, everything from the first 3 parts gets easier, not harder. The right shampoo lifts roots that aren't being dragged down by a heavy blunt line. The section blow dry holds shape, because the ends aren't pulling weight downward the second you release the clip. The lightweight mousse or powder has less to fight against. All 4 fixes work together, but this one is the foundation the other 3 are quietly resting on, which is exactly why it's easy to overlook. There's a specific tell that your cut is finally working for you instead of against you. When you run your fingers through your hair, and it falls back into shape on its own, without you needing to re-fluff or re-lift it by hand. That's not a styling trick. That's the cut itself doing the work it was supposed to do all along. And it's the single clearest sign that this last fix has landed. So here's the last swap. Before, one long, blunt length with minimal layering. Weight pulling everything flat no matter how well you dry or style it. After, long layers with weight removed from the ends, movement at the bottom third, and a cut that finally works with your hair instead of quietly undoing everything else you fixed. You now know the 4 things that actually move the needle on thin hair. The shampoo and conditioner switch, the sectioned root up blow dry, the lightweight root-only finishing product, and the cut itself with weight removed from the ends. None of it requires expensive tools or hours of extra time. It just requires doing the right thing in the right order, and once you do, it shows. Which one of these 4 surprised you the most? Or which one have you been getting wrong for years without realizing it? Tell me in the comments, I read every one. Next week I'm covering the coloring mistake that makes thin hair look even thinner, so you won't want to miss that. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.